So, walking by the Electrolaser truck again. Wasn't even paying attention to where it was, because sometimes it's like over there, sometimes it's not even here, sometimes it's over there, sometimes there's two of them. And the gang stalkers are shocking my balls right now. So it feels like someone's crushing my balls. It feels like my balls have been racked. And like continuously. And they're mocking me and demoralizing me and dehumanizing me. I'm walking a little bit better. I woke up around 4 a.m., 4:30, something like that, with my knee still hurting like a motherfucker. I went out to smoke a cigarette and it was covering my knee, which felt extremely hot. And I was covering it with both hands. And I felt shocks to my hands and to my forearm. When they shock the knee that way, they literally are going underneath the kneecap, so it feels like someone's chiseling away with an electrified hammer underneath your kneecap. It hurts like a motherfucker. Almost brought me to tears. It was so bad. And then I went and played fetch with Max, since I had some extra time before work. And during that time, they faded the pain away. It's not that much. It's not that painful now. I'm almost able to walk normally right now. They do keep hitting my knee, like the back of my knee and the sides of my knee, in a way that like that basically causes it to buckle a little bit. So I'll be like, woo. And they're doing it to my left knee as well. So I can feel a force pushing against the back of my knees, off and on. And I feel a little bit wobbly. They're also hitting my head in a way that causing me to feel like somewhat akin to a nauseous sensation. And they started doing that while I was out smoking around like 4:30 or 5 a.m. this morning, out in the balcony of the hotel. And they were like threatening the fact that they were going to get me to throw up. They were like, "Oh, the pain must be so bad you're going to throw up from it. Have you ever thrown up from pain so bad that you throw up?" And now, as I mention that, they're talking about making me feel more nauseous, and it feels like someone's pulling down on my balls. There's no reason for me to have that sensation, except the fact that there's police or whoever these people are pushing down on it. I can put my arm out here, and I can feel electrical shocks in my hand and my forearm. That's sanity check number like 3,247,861. On video, it's probably like the 2,530-second sanity check. And I texted my dad yesterday when I was at work, and I sent him a picture of my swollen knee. And I'm like, look, I've been, talking about in videos how I'm at the same hotel where they swelled my left knee up at last year, which I sent you video of right when they started doing it, telling you that they threatened to do it, and then they started to do it, and then I could feel the shocks with my hands. And then hours later, my knee was even more swollen, and I was hobbling around just like I was the past couple of days. And I have video after video. I was like, Dad, I got all this video. I was like, do I have to make another compilation video? Do I have to spend hours of my time going through the past couple months of videos that you don't watch, and that I wouldn't have to continue making, since you don't, if you did watch them and if you did respond to it? And I was like, do I have to make another compilation video showing the times that I've told you that they keep hitting my knee like just for like a second or two, and threatening the fact that they're going to swell my knee up again, but keep saying that they're not going to because that would be too obvious? And now they did, and they're like, we think this is so funny because your dad isn't going to believe you, and it's so super obvious. You're in the same hotel where we basically almost exactly a year from the date that we swelled your left knee up, and now we did it to your right knee exactly the same way. And your dad thinks that coincidence is literally a logical, rational possibility, a naturally occurring thing that happens roughly a year apart, both of which you have video of, the threats, being warned about them, And your dad's going to totally ignore that. Ignore the fact that you literally have on video for both incidences where you were warned in advance that your knee was going to be swollen up again. This time you have even more video clip, is what they're saying. Not that your dad watched those videos, because he refuses to watch them, because he gets so butthurt and you get angry with him, because that's the type of person he's always been. He's always been someone that got butthurt so easily. But that's because we're in his brain and we're making him offended very easily, because he was always someone that got offended very easily. Fucking ridiculous. So my dad didn't respond to that. I was like, I'm hobbling around and this hurts. I'm suffering and you're doing nothing. I sent him a picture of my swollen knee. I have since linked him to the videos showing when my knee started getting swollen again. And I'm like, do I have to make another compilation video that you're not going to watch of all the videos that you didn't watch before? Showing the threats ahead of time? It's like, you think this is naturally occurring schizophrenic voices? And a naturally occurring phenomenon that happens at the very same hotel that it happened at a year ago, almost like exactly a year to the date, roughly. Approximately. So, I am so tired of this shit. And I'm so tired every day having to suffer more trauma and more trauma and more trauma. The biggest mistake of your life continues, Dad. Not that you ever watch this, or if you do, you'll be offended the fact that I'm angry with you. And you'll be like, well, I sent you money for this and money for this. You are continuing to hold me down and to prevent me from escaping the constant rape, torture, and terror, and dehumanization and demoralization. And plus, they're torturing my dog, too. So, and they keep saying, like, by the time your dad does anything, which you'll never do, Max will have gotten Max killed. They also say, well, if we get caught now versus getting caught like a year or two from now, because of what we've done is so heinous already, the punishment for what we've done couldn't be significantly worse. It's either going to be like, basically it would be the death penalty or something worse. And they're like, we already have accomplished that. So we're just going to, use you as our last ride and have fun with it as much as possible. And the only way that you'll be able to escape it is to kill yourself. And so you, Dad, are forcing me to continue to be trapped in a desperate situation where self-help becomes more and more attractive every day, which I have vehemently refused to do. No thanks to any help on your part to help avoid that. Biggest mistake of your life continues, Dad. And Tom and Darren and whatever, and everyone's just ignoring me. Send links to these videos, and I'm suffering every single day. You guys are not good friends, and you're not good people. If you were even someone that was far less than a decent human being would have done something better by now. You are not doing the right thing at all, Dad. And you're never even going to watch this.